Welcome to Baum-Walker Stadium on the campus of the University of Arkansas, and it is time for the Centennial Bank Arkansas High School State Championship Class 6A version. This is the highest classification in the state, and we've got a couple of really good teams going to be playing today. Springdale Harbor, the Wildcats feature Razorback signee Blake Adams will be starting on the mound. The North Little Rock Charging Wildcats come in. This is going to be a game that will be a good one. It should be another low-scoring game. All of the games that we had in the first three championship games on Friday were all low-scoring. This one should be as well, as a couple of pretty good pitchers coming in. The weather conditions, pretty good. Temperature-wise is cool. It's in the low 70s. It's supposed to stay that way all afternoon through the three games that we have. The wind, though, is going to be completely different from Friday. This is coming out of the east-southeast at 11 to 15 miles an hour. Last week, everything went to left field. If it got up in the air toward left field and you got some backspin on it, it was headed out. This time on Monday, the game's moved from Saturday. The wind is coming in at a brisk pace, and anything hit to right field has a shot of getting out if you can get it up in the air. And I'm around and see that this is my home away from home during the spring, covering the Razorbacks for HitThatLine.com and ESPN Arkansas. So I see these balls fly out of here at the SEC level and got a pretty good idea of what direction they're going to go. And we're going to see two teams. The umpires and the coaches are having their final meeting at home plate to go over the ground rules. The weather is going to be good. The field is in great shape, a tremendous drainage system here at Baum-Walker, and there was rain on Saturday and a lot of it at times and a lot of high winds in the Fayetteville area. In the outfield, in the hog pen, you can see a lot of the trash cans blown over from the high winds that we had over the Saturday. But today, there's not any bad weather in the forecast until later this afternoon, probably around 5 or 6 o'clock. There may be some storms move in, but only a slight chance. We should be able to get all three of these games, and we are just about ready to get underway as North Little Rock is the home team, and they are coming out on the field now. And we will run down their defensive alignment for you. On the mound is going to be Grant Shahan. Behind the plate is Gray Smith. At first is Luke Rice. At second, Bear Sparks. At shortstop, Deshaun Cordova. Cody Bonds at third base. In left field, Alex Colley, Charlie Warren in center field, and John Henry Maylock is in right field. And we are just about set to get underway. The Class 6A State Championship, as everybody getting in their final warm-up throws, and we get some things adjusted up here in the booth. Leading off for Harbor is going to be Hunter Wood. He is the shortstop. The rest of the lineup, Clay Bertram in center field bats second. Blake Adams, the pitcher, as we said, the Razorback signee, bats third. And pitching, Kirby Jenkins, the third baseman for the Wildcats, in the cleanup spot. Raleigh Miller, second baseman, batting number 5. Charlie Acuff, number 6. He's the first baseman. Carter Carlton, the left fielder. Keegan Phillips, designated hitter in the 8-hole. Sam Stevenson, the right fielder, batting 9th. And we're just about ready to go for the Centennial Bank Class 6A State Championship, the largest baseball classification. Glad you're with us on NFHS and Cable Corp and Conway Corp. And now we've got a misfire on the mound. Grant Shahan was ready to come, and the umpire walked out and called time. So here we go with the first pitch. It's inside a ball. Another one inside. And we saw this Friday. A lot of these pitchers, the first couple of batters, The adrenaline's pumping. If it's ever going to be pumping, it's going to be now when you're playing for a state title, and Shahan is struggling to get the ball down in the strike zone. And that's usually a case of just too much adrenaline pumping. Now he comes in with a strike. Wood was taking all the way. And Wood hits this one. It's going to go to center. Charlie Warren settles under it out there in the wind. You can see Warren had to move to his right as it got up in the wind, and it went right, and Warren ended up moving about 20 feet to his right. But Wood flies out to center field for the first out of the inning. Clay Bertram, the center fielder for Harbor, coming up next. Shahan comes in with a strike now. And this is what we've seen in these state championship games. First batter or two, there's a little bit of adrenaline and nerves. It takes them a minute to get set, and then they start getting down in the strike zone. And it's understandable. When you're playing for a state title, the adrenaline's going to be pumping a little bit. Foul back into the screen. And the games today are going to move fairly quickly. This one lined out to Bear Sparks at second, so Bertram lines out for the second out here in the first inning. No score. We are in the first inning here, and Blake Adams, the pitcher who is signed to play for the Razorbacks, could be drafted, although it's going to take an offer that would be up there in terms of dollars to get him to go pro. Adams looks at the first pitch, a slow breaking ball from Shahan that breaks over for a strike. Shahan goes back to the breaking ball, swing and a miss by Adams. Shahan looks in. This one's popped up. It's flied to right. John Henry Maluk moving over for the charging Wildcats and played the wind perfectly. And North Little Rock gets out with no damage, no runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the first inning between North Little Rock and Springdale Harbor. You're watching the 2019 Centennial Bank Arkansas High School Class 6A State Championships from Baum-Walker Stadium.
Thank you for making Centennial Bank Forbes' best bank in America 2 years in a row. We serve our customers, communities, and families across 4 states from 159 branches comprised of a team of over 1,800 employees. Over the course of 20 years, we've built our assets to $15 billion, all stemming from one idea, putting you, the customer, first. Together, we are #1. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
This event is brought to you by Champion. Since 1919, Champion has created the durable, authentic sportswear you need to conquer your goals. As the official uniform and apparel provider for the NFHS, Champion helps athletes at every level make their mark, the mark of a champion. View our apparel today at champion.com.
At the end of the top of the first inning, you saw right fielder Alex Cawley make a catch in right field for North Little Rock. Now he leads off the game for the Charging Wildcats. It's just amazing how that happens so much in baseball. You make a play and then come straight to the plate. Alex Cawley, the right fielder, will lead it off for North Little Rock. Then Deshaun Cordova, the shortstop, batting second. Luke Rice, first baseman, batting third. Grant Shahan, the pitcher, batting fourth. Bear Sparks, the second baseman, fifth. Jelani Willis is the designated hitter. Cody Bonds, the third baseman, then John Henry Malick, the right fielder, Charlie Warren, batting in center field. Holt Ross is behind the plate for Harbor. Blake Adams, of course, on the mound. Charlie Acuff at first, Rowley Miller at second, Hunter Wood at shortstop, Kirby Jenkins at third, Carter Charlton in left field, Clay Bertram in center, and Sam Stevenson is the right fielder. And the first pitch from Adams, a ball to the left fielder, Alex Cawley. And North Little Rock has a pretty good crowd here this evening, this morning, as does Harbor. Now Adams comes in with a strike. 2-1 the count to the charging Wildcats left fielder Alex Cawley. Cawley hits this one, fouls it back out of play. That'll even things at 2-2. Nobody away. We are in the bottom of the first inning, the first batter in the bottom of the first inning here from Baum-Walker Stadium in Fayetteville. Adams comes in, a high chopper to Wood at shortstop. He gets it over to first in time for the out. And that one was close, but made the play. It was a high chopper, and he was able to just not eat up with it and caught it between hops, got it over to first for the first out. Now coming up, Deshaun Cordova for the charging Wildcats. Adams on the mound, ready to go. Cordova with his left foot on the line inside. Adams throws it inside for ball one. Adams' next pitch. This one's down the middle and strike one. As Cordova, young Mr. Cordova doesn't get in a hurry, does he? Getting set up. Here's the pitch from Adams outside. Ball two. And Adams is a quick worker, and Cordova's throwing his rhythm off, making him slow down a little bit. This one comes in. That'll even the count at 2-2. Pitchers in the high school work with a 110 pitch count. This one's a grounder that's going to be fielded by Acuff over to Adams for the out. Acuff didn't let it wait to go to Rowley Miller. Acuff went ahead and got it. Adams covered.
Now batting the first baseman, number 11.
And 3-1, that's the second out. Luke Rice, the first baseman for North Little Rock, coming up next. Big old boy batting left-handed. A junior for North Little Rock. First pitch from Adams, a strike. That one's low. Gets away from the catcher, Holt Ross. Doesn't go far. Umpire looks there, rubs it a little bit, puts it in the bag. Adams' big breaking pitch. Rice fouls it off. Now, if he can get around on one, the ball's going to carry to right field. But he doesn't. He punches this one into left field where Carter Charlton has it, and Luke Rice has the first hit of the game for either team.
Now batting the pitcher,
Punched the 0-2 pitch that was down low and just went where the ball was pitched and hit a little flare into left field, and Rice is the first base runner of the game. Brings up Grant Shahan, pitcher for North Little Rock, and Adams misses with the first pitch. Adams inside. Next pitch popped up. This is probably going to get out of play, and it does, going 3 rows deep back up in the stands and bounces back onto the field. Without the wind, that's probably catch playable. All right, we do it all again. 2-1 the count to Grant Shahan, pitcher on pitcher. High. Takes the count 3-1 on the cleanup hitter for the charging Wildcats. And you can hear North Little Rock fans getting fired up. Team pitches high, gets away from Ross. Rice goes down around, makes a big turn down second, can't go any further, and Shahan draws a walk. There's no wild pitch or pass ball on that. It was ball 4. So all this has happened with 2 outs. Adams worked through the first 2 batters in this inning in pretty good shape, getting 2 ground outs, and now he struggled with the middle of the order. Bear Sparks, second baseman, comes up next with 2 runners on. And you know Randy Sandiford, the North Little Rock coach, would like to get at least 1 home, foul back into the backstop. Sparks didn't wait around. He was swinging at the first pitch. All right, everything gets adjusted now. Here comes Adams on the 0-1 delivery. Big breaking curve in for a strike. Adams looks in. Runners at first and second. Rice is on second. And the pinch runner, the courtesy runners, Davis Coleman on first base. Got another foul back into the screen. 0-2 the count, 2 away. Blake Adams started quick. Now he's got 2 runners on base. Luke Rice, the first baseman, is down at second. Davis Coleman, courtesy running from the pitcher, Grant Shahan, at first. Now this one's punched back into the screen. Sparks. Tall, slender kid. Goes by the name of Bear. Stares out. Here comes the pitch from Adams. Swing and a miss. Dropped in the dirt. Ross looks back, throws it to first. So there's a strikeout swinging. 2-3, and that's 3 outs. And now Springdale will come up to bat. It's no score. between North Little Rock and Springdale Harbor. You are watching the 2019 Centennial Bank Arkansas High School Class 6A State Championship from Baum-Walker Stadium in Fayetteville.
Spring is in the air and it's time to hit the links. Jack Link Snacks, that is. And right now, save big on Jack Links with your Big Red Rewards card. And for those long par fives, my cart's always got Dasani and Powerade. Heading into the back nine, I need a boost. And I always make sure my bag has the new creamy Snickers. And at the Big Red 19th hole, it's my treat and your choice of any of the new community iced tea flavors or iced lattes. And when you use your Big Red Rewards card, it's a hole-in-one every time at your neighborhood Big Red stores.
Farm Bureau Insurance is the official sponsor of the state and regional awards for the AAA.
This championship event is brought to you by Hospital for Special Surgery. Thousands of young athletes have their season ended by ACL injuries. Learn how to keep them safe with our ACL injury prevention course at nfhslearn.com/courses.
Leading off for Springdale Harbor, the third baseman, number 5, Kirby Jenkins.
Other games coming up this afternoon will be in the 1A game right after this one, Viola versus Taylor, and at 3 o'clock, Harmony Grove versus Central Arkansas Christian for the 3A state championship. In this one, there's no score between Springdale Harbor and North Little Rock. In fact, we've only had 2 base runners, that from North Little Rock in the first inning, and now we have Kirby Jenkins at the plate for Harbor. Grant Shahan back to the mound. Shahan back to the mound for North Little Rock. Jenkins 0-1 the count. This one, slow roller. Shahan comes over, fields, throws a little bit high over to Rice at first, but not too tall for the big first baseman down there. And that's the first out. Brings up Rowley Miller, the second baseman
Number 28, Rowley Miller.
for the Wildcats. And Shahan being very judicious with his pitches. He's not wasting a lot. As soon as I say that, he throws the ball to Miller. That one's high. He knew it, was not happy about it. That one's outside. 3-0 the count. The only other times he's done this, he's come right back with a strike, which is what he does there. And now we've got a full count with 1 away. Or 3-1, excuse me. And that one's high and he walks it.
Now batting.
We'll bring up Charlie Acuff, first baseman for the Wildcats. So he looks down, gets his signs. Miller on first. Miller dives back in as throw from Shahan comes over. Now Shahan comes set to the plate, breaking ball called strike. Shahan looks in again, now goes back over to first. Miller back in. Breaking ball again, and it's 0-2 the count on Charlie Acuff. North Little Rock's infield looking for a double play. That's not going to be it, as Cody Bonds gets a higher bouncer than has no other option than to go to Luke Rice at first, and Miller moves to second base.
Now batting the left fielder, number 7, Carter Carlton.
So Carter Carlton comes up for Harbor, needing to get that runner that's in scoring position moved along, but there's 2 outs. And big breaking pitch from Shahan is the ball. That one's outside. He went high and inside with the first one, and that one goes outside. Wind still picking up coming out of the east. And now he comes in with a strike, 2-1 to count. Now, unless somebody just crushes one, there will not be many balls jumping out of the park to left field. They're really going to have to crush it. 2-2 the count, 2 away. Carter Carlton, the batter for Harbor. Grant Shahan, the pitcher, and now Miller hustles back to second. Miller's dancing down there at second. Shahan comes in, a little dribbler to Rice at first base.